Missouri on the destroyer, that thing, I mean, that just cut right through it. But that was the saddest day of my life. Them were the guys that helped.
The guys that had been rescuing you. Yeah.
That one night, well, I was out topside heading straight into that light that night. The United Signal officer was landing the plane that they had ready to land. I happened to look up forward. All of a sudden there was an explosion. One of the F-6 blew up right in front of the carrier. He was probably ran out of gas. So he was a good pilot. Flying the water. I don't know what we're trained. That Williams did that. So we get up with that torpedo plane and put it through the face. He was crazy, and I missed it. My buddy got sacked out.
Tell them a little bit about your certs and you know what your training was and how you could tell whether the plane was running right just by listening up to the engine.
I got so I went to the aviation med school. The same would start them. We had a driver. Each plane had a little.
Yeah, everyone's a little bit different.
But anyhow, I could really tell when we had a plane. And usually, like when they flew at night like that, they'd have the planes all stacked up and running.
Oh, yeah.
And they come out of, it's really eerie unless you get used to it. They come out of the direct
The ready room.
The ready room. And you step out, when you go out, the doors close because everything's black.
So now you're out here in the dark.
If you're not careful, you have to stand up. Tail will pop every now and then.
He tells us one story of he goes out this one time and his pilot, Stamey, they go up to the plane, and I don't know if you were in it yet or not. He says to Stamey, he goes, "I'm not going up in this plane."
Oh, no.
Tell him that story.
We were ready to go up, and we had standby planes. And my pilot, he was an engineer. He knew better, but he called me up and he says, "What do you think?" I said, "You gotta be kidding me."
He's like, you can go, I'm not going. And Stamey knew when Cliff Pine wasn't going up, as crazy as he was, Stamey wasn't going up.
He checked the left mag and it was noisy. And when he checked the right mag and it was noisy, I said, "Park this thing." We had standby planes. While we were low down, we went right and straight. But he was pulling my leg.
And
I get a rise out of him. But when I got that plane so hot, the barrel, that fabric was just...
I never knew they carried replacement barrels. There was always a second barrel in the plane. Do you have a second barrel?
No,
oh, not authentic. You need a second barrel.
How did you change it?
No, it wasn't hot, but to change it, well, we had
gloves, asbestos gloves, because it would be hot.
Yeah, but how do you get it in there? To change it, I had to
Point it
put
up.
it straight up.
Okay, yeah, set it straight up that
And
way.
he had to reach up there and pull the barrel out.
So you need to go through that. You need to drill that process down so it's authentic.
Yeah,
Tell them
something
the
else
story.
to do.
Tell them the story about the one guy that dropped the barrel.
Yeah. The guy was changing the barrel, you know, and the pilot just pulled out of the diver stage, pulled the thing out, went right through the side and down. When they landed, the guy says, "Where's the other barrel?" He said, the guy says, "We lost it."
The mechanic looks at the plane and says, "What the hell did you do to my plane?" It went right through the plane.
You know how heavy the
Right.
It was sticking out the bottom of the plane when they landed.
But at least it didn't fly out and hit the tail.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't realize that. I didn't use it this year.
So where was the spare gun kept? Was it on the wall or you don't know? Because once you were up there with the plane,
Up in there, it had to be out there.
you would think
Ready to hand it up.
Boy, you did a nice job.
Thank you.
All the rivets.
All new skins.
And you were right. They did have a 30 calibers.
Right there. That's where the radar went at the end of the war. That's why he was a night squadron. You were able to do extra radar.
The radar we had, we could get up to 10,000 feet.
And they had a pod that mounted underneath. That was the radar pod.
It's on the wing tip.
On the wing.
Oh, on the wing? Okay.
On the right wing.
On the wing?
Yeah, we don't have that on there yet. Then the scopes were up. So some of them, the one guy has the scopes back here. The radar scope. Was it in front or?
Where was your scope?
But I mean the part.
Where was the?
Yeah, but where was the
Look
scope
in.
that you would look into in the plane? Where were you looking? Where was your radar scope?
That's what I thought it was down here.
Oh, that funny. We had this CB Siddons, his name was, a parachute operator, right? Skinny guy, and he had all this. And we had helmets made like the race car driver. Some broad, real pretty broad, or real cool. But it's Siddons. He packed our
Tell
suits.
us the story.
So he says to me when
He
they
was a turret
trip,
gunner in World War II off the back.
we'd like to get a ride here, because if you were a chief petty officer, you had like 4 hours a bunch of you got your flight.
90 and 80.
So I said, yes, CB. So he gets in and I said, now, you're looking at his handles.
Yeah, oh yeah.
So I said to CB Sims, I said, now I'm going to tell you something.
I get on all.
Grab them handles, because
Better be hanging on.
he didn't get his hands on there. Next thing he did, he done a roof.
Oh,
I could hear him.
yeah, because the back of the seat's only about that.
I said,
So he's flipped upside down. Yeah.
you know, it is true. And to be on the camera and you shoot that out, you can it's loud. I'm sitting there, I got to put through it. And they shoot it up. What got me, the carrier is small, so Chuck. You can imagine with his jets. He's like we never used oxygen unless we were out to 10,000 feet. But these jets now, they start like ground. They go straight up. But we watch it out there and the carrier gets smaller. But it's exciting.
I don't understand how they, once you had the radar, you could find, how did they find the carrier, in the early days when they went out and come back?
That's another thing I'll tell you. We had what you call IFF.
Uh-huh.
We called the cockerel radar, and that's to identify you. You couldn't get near the third fleet. I get up there and all those ships. When you come back, especially us at night, that cockerel wasn't working. The IFF, you didn't get near that fleet. So the radio man had to say clip and slam. So you called up, the pilot calls up the carrier, right? And the carrier says, what they did, they vectored us 3 different places to make sure.
To identify that you're
Right. So they
Figure
said,
out who you
okay, we know where you are now, we're pretty sure. But it was a pretty nice moonlight night. Oh, I got another lady here. But anyhow, moonlight night, And, and then, I forget now. But we're out on, we see when you go off Japan or Okinawa, whenever you flew, you had submarines standing by all the coast
pick you up.
and flying boats, right? So we're up this one night. I think we were going to go to Bama on airplane. And my buddy Williams, who got shot down, he was going to bomb a carrier. But anyway, there and very nice stuff. Oh yeah, we were flying a beautiful night. We leave the carrier, we're getting ready to approach Japan, and beautiful night, and all of a sudden I'm sitting in that turret, and a shadow went right above me, And I wondered what the hell it was. I looked up, here was a big flying 4-engine flying boat never saw us. I said to Stamey, did you went right over the top of us? Well, he couldn't see.
He couldn't see you, you didn't see
If it
him.
wasn't for that saddle going over the plane, now, what can you imagine what chances something like that would be? And like Sammy says, it's a good thing he was up there. If he ever hit us, we all got killed.
Right, yeah.
Which we talk about fate, so you
Yeah.
gotta have a little luck.
Yeah. That's
All
what I mean.
that I often thought, all the sky there, and we're
Yeah, to be in the same spot at the same time.
to be at one time, it'd be one shot in 10 million.
Yeah.
But it goes to show you how you could end up getting killed.
Well, I'm sure it did. It did happen. No, that's why they. Another reason they lost.
Tell him the story about the guy that became a preacher.
Oh, yeah. Oh, we had an Irishman, a real nice guy, and most of us had a screw loose, you know, and I could never figure out his name was McIntyre. So anyway, I said to him when we had a reunion in Jackson, right, where the Blue Angels, and he brings his own family down. He had about 60 Irishmen, he had about 8 kids. So he comes down and I said, "Sir, Reverend, how come you decided to be a preacher?" And he says to me, "I'll tell you what, Fred, the first time we went over Japan on a mission, he says all of a sudden the sky was lit up like the 4th of July. And he said to me, I looked up and I said, dear Lord, if you get me home, I'm going to do your work." He got back and he had his own church.
He stayed to his word, didn't he?
But I'll tell you another one, and this guy flew with my buddy that got shot down. We were going, I forget where, but it was tonight. Pretty rich. We get done at the ready room, and we're walking out to get in the plane. And Mr. Williams, he had a...
Here, do you want a little water, Grandpa? Stay hydrated, okay? It's warm.
Weatherford was his name. And he carried the Bible all the time. Like I was Catholic. When the shoot started, I had about 6 Catholic guys going with me all of a sudden. But then we're leaving the wedding room, and Weatherford says he's got his Bible in his hand. He says to me, now he's flying with my buddy Williams. I wouldn't want to fly with him. He says, you know what we be doing? That bombing run? I said, no, what? Little night light in there when we lay down. He said, I'm going to put that light light in. I said, you did. You know, not that you would see that. They would do this and shoot. But anyhow, they got shot down. And I don't think that is.
Probably did. But you never know.
Really, like I said, you gotta remember they throw so much stuff.
Tell him what you could see. Tell him what you saw looking forward on some of the flag and some of the tracers. You said looking forward, how the sky would just be filled in front of you.
Oh, well, that was some things. I went up one time, I got pictures of it. We used to go back and be a standby. They had an emergency, a flight or one of these. They landed on ours because we had a hospital. But anyway, I went up one time and the kamikazes was coming in. The flak was so heavy it was falling out of the sky and hitting the deck. Imagine that. And then you got it when you're at night and it's set, you can see all of that. And really, you could say a prayer, but you got to be lucky. Like what they used to do, the jabs on these torpedoes, when you drop a torpedo. They've done that before we got it. What the Japs used to do is take all the guns and fire right in front of them, and the planes would be so low to drop the fish. geyser of water would come out. You might even fly into a geyser of water.
That was probably.
But that was risky. That wasn't what happened. But yeah, we often flew that when we were practicing that we would try it. I still can't understand how they made it that long. We flew so much and we were down there now. I could tell. Stamy one night. I said, way ahead to fly and one night we took off and we were going to rendezvous with some more planes. We go together in groups and separated to go on a target. Stamy says to me, what's that up there, Jeff? He says, is that one of our planes? I said, no. That's a plan.
Get you in the shade. I want to get you back up, but I want you out of the sun because I don't want you to get overheated. And it's nice to